Hello, everybody. My name is Professor Pixel here once again on Mad Men with a Box for our weekly broadcast, Mad Men with a Box Live. It's like Mad Men with a Box, except our mistakes are noted.
Yes.
Of course, joining me as always is Jimmy.
Hey, by the way, was that a sped up intro?
No.
Yeah, it seemed a bit,
It seems a little
faster.
fast.
Yeah,
It's
just could
the
be.
same one.
The,
It's what
Yeah,
Chris
whatever.
sent me. It's what
Whatever.
Chris sent me. So, and speaking of Chris, also Chris. But
I'm
we're
here.
not
Hello.
alone. Yeah, we're not alone. We have a very special guest who one day you'll get to see how many times he actually wasn't that special. It is, of course, Landry Q. Walker.
Hello.
You know what? Hey, we got some. We can do this.
Can I get applause? But,
Yeah.
So, how many times have I been on this now? Like,
I don't know,
but that have been broadcast that people have seen.
Like, people
One.
that have seen like 3.
So this is my second or third
Really?
time.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Well,
Let's go.
Pixel doesn't watch the stuff I edit, so there's no point in editing. anymore.
Listen, it's hard to watch YouTube when you're doing stuff for YouTube.
I've been
That's
watching
just a
it.
rule.
I've been watching it, and you guys are great. People should watch
Well,
it.
you're
I
right. You're not
I
on YouTube.
experienced it. Why do I have to watch it again?
This just in,
That's
Landry's
right.
I'm in
biased.
the moment.
Yes, Landry is the secret fourth Mad Men. We're just not upgrading him yet. He's not getting the promotion.
It's kind of like
Trial
how
period.
it's kind of like how it's called the 5 Doctors, but only 4 of them appear.
Yes. We were going to make that joke if Landry didn't show up too. So,
Landry would have been the Tom Baker in this situation.
That almost happened. I just happened to be on a commercial break watching Survivor, and I'm like, oh! So, I'm not going to know how Survivor ends till tomorrow. No one spoiled
Somebody
it.
got
You're still
somebody got
watching
voted out.
Survivor?
No!
let's hopefully make it work. What do you mean? He's watched all 42 seasons, don't you know? You probably haven't you?
No,
He's
I
been
came
watching
in.
it since he was 15.
I didn't come into it until about 8 years ago. Now I'm kind of hooked.
Oh,
Because
that's
we
when it
placed
was
money.
on like season 18. So there you go. Because they
Season
just
40.
keep
Ooh,
producing.
There's so many.
But we should go ahead and get to the news. We've had a good hello, and there's not a lot in the news week except I don't know, a new Doctor Who. The future is here.
It's
Ncuti
not-
Gatwa.
Not my pick. I'm so disappointed.
I'm happy it's not your pick, Chris.
Who was your pick? Who was your
I
pick?
jokingly
don't
said
ask
Chris
him.
Pratt.
Don't ask him.
Jokingly.
I've had a pick for the last like 3 regenerations that they'll never do, but I don't know their names, but the actor who played the Weasley twins, one of the actors who played the Weasley twins, I want to play the actor. And then I want the other actor to play the master.
That's a brilliant idea. I love it.
And then you get the ginger thing. I like this guy when I've seen him in Sex Education.
I binged all of it, all 3 seasons since he's been
Jesus.
cast. I've watched all 3 seasons. I finished it last night, and I'm a broken man because at the end of the 3rd season, my heart sank, and I can't. I need more.
See, I've only seen sporadic episodes. I walk in and out of a room when they're on, and I got caught up, and I watched an episode or 2, which I don't normally do on a show I haven't started. And it was his performance that grabbed me. I think he's an excellent performer. Whether or not that translates to a good performance as a Doctor depends on so many factors we don't know. But on the surface, I'm happy with the casting.
I can answer this. I can answer this.
Okay.
There's a certain. I don't remember what. I think it was season 1. There's just something happens to him where he feels that he shouldn't be gay anymore, and he ends up like getting rid of not all of his clothes, but he just starts wearing like normal clothes because he was always fashioned up a bit. So he turns very, very serious, and you can see the darkness
in his demeanor.
eyes.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
Dude, there's something in his in the darkness that in that specific episode where I was like, because throughout I was like, you know what, he'd be an okay doctor. I could see him being an okay doctor, but when that came about, I said, oh, we're in for a treat. We are in for a treat.
I came up with something I was thinking about this. There are 4 W's I want to see in a doctor. I want to see wisdom. I want to see whimsy. I want to see weirdness, and I want to see wrathfulness.
So 4?
4 W's. Unless anyone can think of another W, and I'm open to more W's.
Who?
Just hit me with them.
What'd you say? Did you say wit?
I didn't. That's 5. We were at 5 W's.
Yeah.
5 W's
for
for the
doctors.
5.
For 5 doctors. Whimsy, weirdness, wrathfulness, wit, and the other one that I said and don't remember already.
Whimsical?
Yeah. And somebody took a photo of this guy and put it on Colin Baker's body, like with the colorful outfit. And I gotta say, I could go for a new gaudy doctor. I could. It was good. The bright colors work. Weasley. That's
the 6th.
You know what? Say, hey, we're on that subject. We gotta say, hey, thank you, Jest. I'm just gonna say Jest. I'm not even. And Ishan for joining us live. We appreciate you. Just want to throw that out there.
We do.
really matters.
It does.
We do only have 47 subscribers, and we got 2 people watching. That's a W in my book.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. I'm actually going to close off of this because we actually have like 3 other tabs that have to do with the same subject of what Ncuti had to go through to become the doctor. This first one that I see is apparently Russell T. Davies said that he wrote a special audition speech for
8 pages.
Doctor.
And they had to learn it and then come in and audition for it.
Yep.
Dude looks like a teenager. Well, he's in a show where it's all teenagers, so it works.
He's actually older than Matt Smith.
He's 30.
No, no, he'll be 30 when it comes out. I think he's 29, 28 right now.
Still 2 years older than Matt Smith.
Yeah, when Matt Smith took the role, he was really young. But he looks a little young.
Well, it all depends on how it films, how it's written, how they light him. All that stuff will change. Like right now, they've been trying to make him look like a teenager, as you say. So
it works. It works for him. And then there's bad examples like Dear Evan Hansen, where it's like, yeah, this guy's not a teenager.
God. Yeah.
This dude is not a teenager. Who are you trying to fool here?
Yeah, no.
That was so bad.
But I have to say that the little clips that I've seen of him, he definitely has the energy, and the energy has honestly, it's been a little lackey to me. So I'm.
I just want him to be my best friend. His character from Sex Education. I just want to be my best friend.
From what little I've seen, that was my best friend in high school, and he actually dropped by the other day. No, yesterday. He dropped by yesterday.
Aw.
So
like,
here's an important question.
No, hold on. See, I was gonna say that too. No, get rid of the mustache. Unless it's a full beard and mustache, and like kind of stubble, I'd be okay with that, but not just a pedo stash.
I don't know. Depending on what he wears, it could work.
Yeah, what do you think he's gonna wear?
I'm hoping for something colorful.
I don't want.
I usually don't, but I think it could work.
As long as he doesn't end up like the Sixth Doctor.
That's perfect. So many colors, all the colors in one coat. It's perfect.
No, I agree. Actually, I totally agree.
Actually, if he keeps the mustache, can we dress him up as Lou Bega?
I want this show to be done now.
No, it's not ending. We still have more to talk about.
MC Hammer Pants? Yeah, Ed Brewer says MC Hammer Pants.
Oh, God. I'm hoping
a little bit
for another suit, but not like a David Tennant one. I mean, like an actual. The closest thing I can think of is either the final suit of Matt Smith or the deep breath suit style for Capaldi, like in between there.
I'm ready for something tacky and overblown.
I mean, they're probably going to make him overblown because did you guys see that video of him talking with RTD when a guy goes, he goes, what kind of doctor are you going to be? And then he goes, oh, he's going to be saucy because I am very saucy. So I'm thinking they're probably going to make it like a little bit overblown. But as soon as he said saucy, RTD looks to the camera guy and goes, no. So makes me think he's going to be a very serious doctor, but we've had that like twice.
Well, if he can be saucy or whatever, but then bring the gravitas when it's necessary. That was what didn't work for me with the last doctor is I didn't feel she had gravitas. She could do weird, she could do whimsy, but I didn't see the wrathfulness and I didn't see the other one of W's that I mentioned. I should really write these down and have it on my hand or something.
The Who W's.
Yeah.
I do have to address this because I've been looking around and apparently there's a lot of talks that maybe we're going to get an off-screen regeneration. Like we're not going to see Ncuti in Jodie's outfit.
Jodie said she filmed it.
Yeah, she filmed it and she hasn't met the doctor. But
true,
I mean,
but that's not abnormal, so we don't know.
Yeah, it could.
Jimmy,
it could go either way.
No,
I didn't mute you.
I would if I could.
His mic's gone.
I would if I could.
Now he's gonna. Now we watch as he's trying to struggle to find.
Everyone's having connection problems today,
and he just left.
Yeah,
I was too rude. He doesn't
like
right clothes.
I hope we get a fun doctor as well. I need it. I need something that's just better than what we've had.
That's what's important. Yes.
Oh, good.
Well, I was going to just go ahead and say, RTD is going to do great.
The big question is Murray Gold, and that hasn't been answered yet. I need to know.
I've never wanted a composer as much as Murray Gold.
I want votes from the audience, from the 2 people that are watching.
3 people here. 3 people, yeah.
3 people. 3. Murray Gold. Thumbs up? Or do you want something new? Your vote matters.
The problem is when we Jimmy's gone.
He's gone.
When we got someone new, there was nothing memorable about the soundtrack.
Listen, I hate this theme so much. You know why? I work as a babysitter. Okay, that's no secret. I work as a babysitter.
This was a secret to me. I'm learning something.
Well, you're learning something new, yes. But you know those noise machines that try to recreate the sound of the womb? That's what this reminds me of. Oh, I hate it. I can't stand it.
I've never heard any of the music in the new season memorable, where I still listen to tracks from Murray Gold's, any season of Murray Gold. There's at least 1 or 2 tracks that is on a permanent playlist for me. And you know who I thought, though, would be good? Have you guys watched Loki?
Yes.
I've watched the first episode, yeah.
The composer from Loki does these big dramatic scores. Doesn't hurt that there's this time travel element, so it's a lot of ticking clocks, and so I could see the translation. But I don't remember her name, but it's a woman who does it, and she's fantastic. I could see her coming in. But I mean, where's all the buzz about the composers? This is what's important. This is what matters. Where is Jimmy?
He's here.
No, doesn't know what happened. His mic is still not working.
Natalie Holt is the composer for Loki.
I do have to say, this was Jimmy's idea to go live. So, we can I do have to. I'm going to go ahead and say, I really want Murray Gold back. I would be fine with Natalie Holt, and I can't really think of a lot of other composers that just come to mind. The only one that really comes to mind, only because I recently watched Doctor Strange and the name just came up and I remembered Danny Elfman, but he's never going to do Who.
Michael Gio, I can't pronounce his last name. He did the new Star Trek movies, and he did something else. He's good. There was another one. The guy who does Walking Dead and did Battlestar Galactica. I like his work a lot too. But I want Murray Gold. And I didn't hear from the very important 3 people, so I'm assuming they want Murray Gold too, and they're offended.
Yeah, we got 2 thumbs up and 1 conflicted.
We got 2 thumbs up. That's right. While he is not here, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite showrunners of Doctor Who, because he has said that he's seen Ncuti in action as the Doctor, and that he's magnificent, which is all I need to hear.
I mean, I don't believe that he is going to say, like, if he saw Ncuti and was like, he was terrible, he's not going to tell us. He's not going to say, you know what?
Yeah.
This guy, no. Walk away.
It's all I need to hear. It's all I need to hear. Okay?
So
it's comforting. My soul is comforted. Don't take that away from me, Landry.
I kind of want to try to be Jimmy in this moment. I'm trying to channel my inner Jimmy.
Can you
Are
hear
you
me?
a fan of Mark?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh my god!
He's back.
I had to go.
Hey, you stole my mic.
He's gone.
He can't decide.
He fixed one problem. Moffat lost brownie points with Dracula. Yeah, Dracula was not good.
I like the first 2 episodes. The third was...
I like the first 2 episodes. The third one is just not good.
I didn't mind the concept.
I never got to the third one, so to me, he hasn't lost any brownie points.
I mean, I thought Sherlock was up and down. Had great moments. Had not great moments.
The one where they had it like back in time, like a traditional Sherlock Holmes, was so bad.
That was fun. No, it was fun. I liked it.
Pixel, you're wrong.
Remember when Jimmy wasn't here? Remember those times?
I think of them fondly.
Now, what I'm interested in is, because they revealed they already had a pick for the 14th Doctor before Ncuti auditioned. Who was the original pick?
Idris Elba.
I would watch.
Idris Elba?
He'd be amazing.
I mean, he would, but I don't know.
And he has a beard.
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Names.
See, you know what's funny you say that, because I agreed I want John Lithgow to do one, but
Yeah.
I think Matt Smith said the same thing.
John Lithgow?
Yeah, he goes, someone asked him who would be a good doctor, and he goes, they're American, and everyone was like, no. And then he goes, John Lithgow, and everyone was like, yeah.
No, I say bring back the monk and have him be the meddling monk.
I want Monk to return, but I don't want him to be the meddling monk.
I'm of the I subscribe to that unpopular opinion that I just want the monk, and the monk is the master, and the I
said that last week, by the way. Pixel didn't believe me.
Not the master.
Well, it depends. Like,
it's a theory.
And the war chief were both designated as a master at one point in the 80s.
Although that book that is kind of up
the game
in the
book.
air.
It was a game book. It was an RPG game book.
Yeah.
But here, the monk. This doesn't apply to the monk. But the thing with the war chief and the master is he was the master. I mean, in every way that mattered.
The war chief, yes, but not the meddling monk.
Not the monk. No, not. You're right. But
2 different characters.
I think that there should only be like one opposite number for the Doctor. One Time Lord out there messing about with alien life forms and causing chaos. More than one of them is just weird.
We've had a lot of the master. We needed a break. We needed the break, and the monk could have come in and then revived the master, and that would explain why he's so damn crazy again. But that's just me. Ed Brewer says, aren't they supposed to get a bit character from a previous episode and make them the Doctor? That only happened with Cabaldi and Colin Baker, and that's it. I mean, David Tennant did Big Finish. So, okay. Yes, kind of, sort of, not really.
Yeah. It's fair.
Honestly, my pick for the Doctor when we did our very first video, one of them was what's his name, Martin Clunes, and he was in Doctor Who before. So
can I say, in our very first episode, I said I wanted an African American doctor because I feel like they could bring something that we haven't seen before.
I agree.
I'm just saying, I gotta call it.
The closest we've gotten is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the movie, because Ford Prefect was originally as the Doctor, because Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was originally a Doctor Who script, and that was the role of the Doctor, and Arthur was a companion. So we almost got it.
But the fact that it's not an actual episode and then it ended up being another staple of like sci-fi, it's just so great. And Stephen Moffat said the same thing. He said every episode of Doctor Who should be like the biggest sci-fi script for a movie just put into a single episode of Doctor Who or a story of Doctor Who. I mean, that's what it was how he came up with the Weeping Angels. He said, I came up with these crazy monsters. I wanted to do something with it. And I was like, oh, this would be great for Doctor Who. And so instead of writing his movie, he made Blake.
Well, Jimmy, Just Puck said that you're wrong because the Doctor shouldn't be African American. Yes. So there you go. How about that?
See, as Americans, like that's what we say. So it's kind of hard to diverge from that.
Well, actually, we have one more thing, and then I have a shocking reveal. Actually, two shocking reveals, but this is just the one more thing about the casting of the Doctor. Apparently, RTD said that they kept the secret for 3 months, and nobody got it. There were false stories that were put out, and some people made. But he confirms that he did not plant the James Corden one, which is good to hear.
That's another thing I got right. I think this was last week. I think I said this. He puts out fake leaks all the time. So it just, I just want, please tell me the David Tennant one was his. That would be the funniest thing in the world.
That'd be actually hilarious if it was.
I'm still I'm still a fan of the idea of doing specials with past Doctors leading up to the 60th. I think that's a good idea.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I agree.
You just have them split up, and then it converges. It all leads up to one big shebang. But that's what I hope for.
I was gonna say, I just realized that this is only the third performer to play the Doctor that is younger than me.
The third?
It's only the third. Matt Smith, and as an actor, like
Peter Davidson.
What's that?
Peter Davidson.
No, he's younger than he's much older than me as an actor.
Oh, you meant like right now. I thought you meant like.
Yeah, I mean, if you go like,
Oh, that makes sense. How old's Christopher Eccleston when he played?
Well, I'm not saying when he played. I'm saying he's an actor. He's a person. He's a human being that is older than me. Because they're all most of them. Because I'm 50 now. So
okay, I see what you're saying.
David Tennant is 3 months older than me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's 50. He's almost 51. He turns 51.
That
Actually,
makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm getting old.
Well, not me. I'm not.
You will be forever young, like immortal, like we talked about in this.
There's a joy in already being there.
Ed Brewer said that, and it's a very popular pick, Michael Sheen would make a good Doctor. I don't.
Yeah.
He's one of those actors that would just come in. It'd be great.
I mean, pretty much anything he does, he's going to be great at.
Or imagine, considering how well they've worked together in Good Omens, imagine if he was the master to David Tennant's Doctor.
No,
But
no.
Lex
David
Tennant
Tennant
was
would
great.
have to. No. Michael Sheen would have to be the Doctor for David Tennant to come back to play the Master for that to work.
No, because if there's still some time that you can fill out, and I see what he's saying, because in Good Omens, Michael Sheen's the good one, the goody, and for him to get to play the villain, he does a great job or he did a great job in what was it? Prodigal Son,
as Ishan says, he was House in Doctor's Wife.
There we go.
So, are we all at a thumbs up place with the new casting?
100%.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm not familiar with Ncuti work, but from the stuff that I've seen, I think he's going to do a good job. I trust RTD with the scripts, so I'm all on board.
It does all depend on the execution, of course.
It does depend on the execution as well.
I have to bring something up. There are some RTD scripts. I felt like if it was just RTD scripts all the way through, that it won't be as good as his first run, because when Moffat wrote under RTD, I feel like Moffat under RTD was the best Moffat's ever done. So them together were like magic. So and he brought some extra flair to RTD's run. And if it's just RTD scripts, I don't know how I feel about it. I want it to be great. I do feel like it's going to be above what we've gotten, and probably above the last 2 seasons of Moffat's run. But I need some people to come in and give it a little oomph to it.
I'm going to say
season start next year. Well, no, after that, isn't it?
Next year.
Yeah, next year, 2023. Yeah.
60th anniversary, and I think I saw someone say like they're starting right after that. So it's going to be like 60th, and then boom, keep going.
So here's the thing, though. When it comes to wow, the thought just left my mind.
No,
I was ready.
What is it? I think.
RTD. I don't think he's going to take a full season. He's not going to do what Chris Chibnall did with Flux. I don't think he's going to take everything. He's going to do the specials. That's pretty obvious. He's going to do the specials. But when he has a full season again, I think it's going to be an actual full season.
Yeah. A full C.
A full C. Yeah.
Well, you definitely want a full C. You don't want to leave it half full.
No, that's not good. Especially because we don't know what happened with the Flux.
This is a great shot of Pixel here, though. Oh, no. He's,
there he is.
There he is.
A full C.
But no, season.
Okay.
I did not know that.
I don't think he's going to do that. I was also going to say that I kind of disagree, because I think that even if he did go ahead and do a Flux, it would be still really damn good. When it comes down to it, it would be at least okay, but it would be good.
That's not what I was saying, though. I wasn't saying like he's gonna have like a full season of one story. I mean, I think he's gonna. What I said was, I think he's gonna. Not that he's going to, but I don't think he should do a full season of like one shots like he did in season 1 by himself. Have a few of his, and then a guest writer like he had with Garth Roberts and Gareth Roberts, and Stephen Moffat come in, and
he's not coming back. But
what's the other guy's name? The horrible one I hate. Idiot.
You mean the
Mark Gatiss?
Mark Gatiss, like him come in, like it's stuff. And so, like, I think he should have like guest writers come in and do stuff. I want Gareth Roberts to come back. I think that's the guy who wrote Family of Blood and the 2-parter.
Let me double check.
No, Gareth Roberts is the one who
not coming back at all.
I know he said he won't, but I want him to.
I don't think the fans would want him either.
No.
Why? What happened?
Because of what he said.
I'm unaware.
He's made a lot of he's made a few transphobic comments.
Oh yeah, he can't come back.
So he's kind of burnt his bridges.
Oh, Paul Cornell, that's good. It's Paul Cornell.
Paul Cornell, yes.
I'm bringing him back for sure.
Paul Cornell. Who is it? No, I'm going to look something up. Let's see.
Gatiss is already a master. He's already there. He just has to, come into this universe. That's all.
No, I don't think he does.
Yeah, he does. He's brilliant.
Yeah, Paul Cornell. Didn't he write some Batman? Yeah. No, I was on a panel with Paul Cornell once. He's really nice.
I think he.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. But didn't he write the novelizations for a couple Doctor Who episodes? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, he did. For the Virgin New Adventures, he did Time Worm Revelation, Love and War, No Future, Human Nature, and Happy Endings.
Human Nature, that's the Family of Blood. Human Nature and Family of Blood. Yeah. That's the two parts. So he wrote the adaptation of that too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He also did the Richard E. Grant Schalker Doctor. Scream of the Schalker.
That's awesome.
He did Knight and Squire for DC Comics. And he's a super nice guy. Okay. So
I wanted to address Sean's question. How many episodes per season do we want? I am happy with 12 to 13. I'm okay. I am satisfied with 12 to 13.
I want 12 to 13 like season 1. Pretty much all the way up till Jodie. I don't think we're gonna get that because apparently there's like some funding issues with the BBC right now, and
it's not BBC, it's Sony.
No, BBC's partial funding it. So I think there's like I don't know, but I think we're gonna get 8, like we got. No, we got 6 with Flex. Oh, that's still so stupid. But I want 10 minimum. I want 10.
I mean, I was joking when I said 20, whatever. They should never do that. I don't think they can sustain. You see a lot of these shows where there's ends up being too many filler episodes and it just meanders, get to the point. But anywhere from 9 to 14 would be ideal for me. Anything less than that goes too quick. And I don't want broken up seasons. Give me an episode every week.
Yes.
Don't skip. Give me that ideally for like about 3 months. Give me a whole bunch of action figures I can buy. Give me a new Sonic screwdriver that I want to own.
Well, apparently we're gonna get new monsters as well because in an interview with Ncuti, he said someone said who do you want to go up against, and Ncuti said the Master, but also I want some new ones too. And then RGD goes, "Oh, we're getting new ones. There's going to be new ones and a lot of old ones."
Well, we'll get the Daleks because the Daleks have to appear once in every season.
I'm not sure how true that statement is anymore, but I love an annual Dalek episode. I am one of the few, it seems. A lot of people get burnt out, but if I don't see them once a season, I get very upset. So it's never happened really, except I guess you can consider the Dalek specials.
I'm ready for a Crinoid.
Crinoid, yeah.
What's a Crinoid again?
Plant. Didn't read my comic, did you?
Seeds of Doom.
He will not send them to us.
I keep forgetting, guys. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. Ed Brewer might have a point, and I don't.
I'm reading it tonight because I got a couple hours once this is done until the new Star Trek: Strange New World comes out. So that's all I'm doing tonight.
The comic is meant as a sequel. It's a pitch for a Big Finish book that's a sequel to Seeds of Doom from Tom Baker's era.
I'm pulling it up right now. I feel so bad, Landry. I really do.
Send it to them.
Yes, please do. Ed Brewer is saying 10 and a couple of specials. I don't think it's a couple. Yes. I think one special. Please, for the love of God. Christmas! Please! It's all I want!
Yeah.
Guys, please give us Christmas.
The only thing, yes, more episodes would be nice. More special Christmas special would be lovely. But the one thing I'm asking for is Murray Gold. It's the only thing. I don't care how many episodes we get, as long as it's not 1 or 2.
We had that conversation. You were out of it. It's already been had.
If we get Murray Gold back, I'll be happy.
We talked extensively about Murray Gold, and you didn't have anything to say apparently.
Well, I do, and it's he's the GOAT. I want him back. That's pretty much it.
We replaced Murray Gold, by the way. We came up with alternatives.
Oh, who'd you say?
I said the woman who did the music on Loki. I would accept her.
Dude,
Natalie
I'm down for that. Dude, Loki is the best thing Disney Plus has put out, so I'm pretty much 100% down with that. But also
Murray Gold.
I also want the one who did Daredevil.
I haven't watched Daredevil yet.
Dude, it's the best. I'm not even joking. That is literally my favorite thing Marvel has ever done.
I'm a DC guy, I guess. That's my problem.
Dude, there's just okay. Go on YouTube. This one doesn't spoil anything. Go on YouTube and look up the hallway scene.
I watched it. It's
beautiful.
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
Now imagine that 3 seasons.
Have you ever seen the scene that it's based off of from Old Boy, the original Old Boy, the hallway fight from that?
No.
Oh my God. Watch that. Look up Old Boy hallway fight.
So I just want to go ahead and address Sean. I do believe what you're saying, and I do feel that Moffat almost didn't do the last one, which was Twice Upon a Time, and that it wasn't planned until he learned that Chibnall was going to erase our special Christmas gift from Doctor Who every year, and so he decided to go ahead and make that up, and it warms my heart thinking that we'll get that back, because that was my Christmas like gifts and stuff. That's nice. Time with the family, good. Doctor Who, that was that was top tier. Okay, I think though we only have one more thing to show, and it actually does have to do with specials, because it seems that one more special is being snuck into Doctor Who, one that wasn't announced before. But Chibnall has decided to go ahead and announce that he's going to make Cyberwoman 2.
No. Oh, God.
It's going to happen.
Chloe. By the way, her name's Cosmic Angst. That is a direct quote from our episode we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think I know her favorite doctor.
Maybe.
I forgot to say there's also one more thing we have to talk about. Can you take it off screen? I can't focus.
There we go.
Monstrosity.
Were you distracted, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Hey, eyes up here.
Distracted twice. No, but we have the official run time though for the centenary special.
Yeah, Davis just went out and said it.
90 minutes. And
It's a movie.
Real?
yeah, it's a feature length, and also the funny part about his quote, he didn't say if it was good or not. He just said it's going to be a long movie, a long episode, 90 minutes. Jodie Whittaker and this. He didn't say if it was good or not. So my guess is I don't think he liked it.
Who?
Russell T Davies, when he said when he was talking about it, he talked about it for like 2 minutes, maybe about a minute, a full 60 seconds about it, and not once did he say he liked it or it was good or bad. He just said nothing about it.
Time will tell. And we will discuss it here. I suspect maybe you will. I don't know if you'll invite me back by that point. I get very tiring, but we'll find out soon, relatively.
Yeah.
I think this is our moment. We've arrived to this point, and I have a very special announcement. This is my big announcement. I have actually gotten someone to agree to appear, and he said that he needs to appear for about the same time he appeared in this episode, and he has a consultant to help him. So here we go.
How long can I?
Insufficient data.
Yeah, you never fucking know the answer when it's important.
I've never seen that clip. I've never seen that.
It's
God.
like it's one of like the best like outtakes.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to get through a lot of snogging in that reel because he kept kissing the first Romana. It was very weird.
Mary Chan?
Yes.
Well, that's funny because
Yeah.
if it was the second Romana, it would make sense because he married her.
Yeah.
I know. It's very odd.
He just wanted Romana.
Yeah,
I know.
like,
The
you're all the same.
final clip. The final clip, I guess it's set around Christmas. K9 asks the doctor, "What would you like for Christmas?" And that's after he was drinking and kissing Romana 1 behind K9. So he does a long stare and the staff just laughs. It's great. But we can't talk anymore about Tom Baker because that's pretty much all that's the same amount of time that he appears in this episode.
Are we about to talk about the 4 doctors?
The 4 doctors,
Yes.
yeah.
4 and
The
a half.
famous
The
story,
4
the 4 doctors.
Nice.
Yes.
Right.
Just going to go ahead and I want to pass it to Jimmy first because this is his first time actually watching it. So I want to hear just your thoughts. Come on, give them to me, Jimmy.
It was bloody brilliant. I loved it. Like I really enjoyed it. This is the first time watching like a classic Doctor Who where I didn't like check my phone or something like that. Where I was just enthralled all the way through. I really enjoyed it. Like I think my favorite part about it was like a chess game, and like they brought out it was like it was called the Game of Rassilon. Or Rassilon for Chris.
Rassilon.
And it was like they split them up into their own individual characters, and at the end they came together. And you know what's really cool? I really appreciate this. They had reverence for the first Doctor, even though it wasn't the same actor. Who cares? I mean, I would have liked William Hartnell, but like it was still the first Doctor. Hey, don't make fun of people like that, okay, Landry?
You know, he was dead. That was a corpse.
That's you hate deceased people, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Once people die, I can't stand them.
They can't stand much either.
Landry is that picture of Craven as Spider-Man standing in front of Peter's grave. Hashtag rip bozo.
So I think this is really cool. They had reverence for the first Doctor, and the first Doctor really did carry that weight of I'm kind of the most responsible one, and I kind of know more than the rest of them, even though technically he's the youngest.
That's what I loved about the Twice Upon a Time order with when he showed up. He's the youngest Doctor. This bothered me because I watched that episode when it was new. This is where I get to flex my I'm old muscles. That was when I was like 12 years old, and it was in TV Guide that ads with the Tom Baker statue, and so I thought Tom Baker was going to be in it. That was actually a print ad of them with that wax dummy, and I watched it and go, wait, this guy's the youngest Doctor. Why is he all bossy and know-it-all? He's the kid.
Because he was one of the first ones to actually age to that maturity.
Good response. You win this round, Jimmy.
So that's why, I feel like it's weird to think that he is the most mature, but at the same time, it makes sense. And I really like that. But it was really cool also that the chess pieces, it really was a mind game for all of them. And they all dealt with it their own Doctor way that their own Doctor would do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have to point out, because we were talking about the first Doctor with his youngest self, and reminded me of Twice Upon Time, was he tells Tegan, go make yourself useful. Go get us some refreshments. And the fifth Doctor's like, no, please.
That's why I think Moffat did that sort of style of Doctor in Twice.
It bothered me. I was so excited to see Susan's return and for her to encounter later Doctors, and they didn't address it at all. Her and the fifth Doctor.
They only have a small moment. with the
Yeah.
Fifth Doctor.
It's the same thing with Sarah Jane though as well, because even she was like, "Oh, nice to meet you. Who are you?" And then the third Doctor goes, "Ah, it's very lovely to meet you too." She goes, "What? What?" He goes, "I'll explain later." So it's like they didn't explain it at all at the end, but eventually everyone knows.
I loved in this in this special the second Doctor with the Brigadier. It was great. It was the best pairing. And if Tom Baker was here, everything would have been switched around. You would have had Sarah Jane, obviously, with Tom Baker. You would have had the Brigadier with the third Doctor. They probably would have thrown Jamie in with the second Doctor, which I like Jamie. I do.
Jamie's good.
He's my favorite companion of all time.
He's all right.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of Jamie hate online. It's very surprising.
That's really weird.
Jamie.
Without him, we don't have the show Outlander.
Yeah.
That was him?
It's inspired. It was partially inspired by him as a character, supposedly. I don't know if that's true. I'm saying this live. This is what someone told me, and I just take it. Whenever people tell me things,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I never check anything.
No, but I'm glad we got what we had here, and obviously I love Tom Baker. I do, but I think him not being in the special made it how it was to where we could enjoy it, even though we have to watch him and what is it, Layla Ward in a wavy photo. Oh, they're lost in time. Sorry.
You got to see it with the upgraded cone. You didn't have to see the original cone, right?
No,
Because
I
they
didn't see
redid
the
all the
original
special
cone.
effects. You watched the
Yeah.
original cone.
The original cone.
Well, props to you.
I think I've got the updated one. Actually, continue. I'm going to go find that because it has something special on it.
I think this episode actually, Brendan Fraser, I love it. I think this episode actually works so much better without Tom Baker, for the specific reason of when he's on screen, he demands everyone's attention, and like he's really like a hog.
He wouldn't have played well with anyone else.
Yeah, not on purpose though, but because that he's just so powerful as a character that it really wouldn't have been evenly distributed.
Peter Davidson had pretty much the same kind of complaint though about Pertwee, and that Pertwee just did not really want to share the stage. He was, I'm the doctor kind of vibe as well. That's the word
He
I
said
heard.
Pertwee also wanted he didn't want a lot of the companions to show up because there's too many people here anyway.
That doesn't make me feel good.
So, because apparently, Victoria was supposed to be in this if it wasn't Jamie and Zoe. Like, she would have been the illusion, the phantom, and what would have given her away is that she calls the Brigadier, but she only knows him as a colonel.
I forgot Jamie and Zoe are in it. I forgot about that.
They're phantoms, yeah.
And I think I liked it really cool that the Doctor actually knew, that the second Doctor knew that they weren't shadows. Is what he should have brought up was the mind robber, because he should have recognized them as all of them were like basically echoes as well. They're not memories per se, but they were illusions. So he should have caught on to that.
And this is kind of some of the major fuel for the fire when it comes to season 6B, because he mentions, I believe, to Jamie and Zoe that are there that you have your minds wiped. You're not here. You couldn't be. And I didn't even realize that until I watched it, that this had anything to do with it. I knew that the two doctors was really the main fuel, but
and I don't know why couldn't the Time Lords just pulled them out of a different period of time where their minds weren't wiped?
He wasn't thinking of that. He was busy with the Brigadier.
Yeah, fighting Yetis and Cybermen. Using
that's one thing I didn't like about this episode, was the Cybermen in this. Their voices sounded nothing like Cybermen.
Now, I like the design.
Really emotional.
They're not as good as the second Doctor era designs, but I like the design. Yeah, the voice is like.
You don't like it.
How dare you!
You're supposed to be emotionless robots. I could hear emotion in that voice.
So much emotion.
The doctor.
Look, my favorite.
I was also going to bring up the Rassilon security droid.
Oh, the Rastin warrior robot.
Oh,
yeah.
that was so cringy, but I
They just
loved it.
released a toy of that, and I thought that's the cheapest toy they've ever made. I don't even know if I'm going to buy that one. Like,
Yeah,
I buy
just
all of
make
them,
it yourself.
right?
You can literally just make it yourself.
It's just there's nothing there. Okay, so I think this is the first. Is this the first mention of Rassilon? I believe it is.
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
I think it
I
is.
think it might be.
I don't know. Maybe 3 doctors with Omega, but I'll have to double check.
I think they just focused on
No.
Omega. Because I think Rassilon. This is. I think. Well, wait. No. There's a seal of Rassilon in the 4th
Yeah.
Doctor with the Master. The sash. No, the sash. Is
Yeah,
it the sash
yeah.
Rassilon?
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But is this his
Master's
first
got-
appearance?
might be.
What's that?
Is this his first appearance, though?
I think it's his first
This
appearance.
is his first appearance. Yeah, this is his first appearance. Yeah.
Which
he
is
may have
weird to
been
think. There's more episodes with Rassilon than there are with Omega, and Omega's an older character.
Yes, much.
That needs to
Yeah.
he needs to come back. That would be a great character for the 60th.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, my body is ready. I mean, Omega's body isn't ready because he doesn't actually exist. It's just his will. But I'm ready. I like that Rassilon isn't the bad guy here, though. That's nice. I mean, most of the time that we see him now, if we ever see him, it's, well, that dirty old Rassilon, you see what he did. But when it comes to this, he's basically just telling, he deals with the villain in the end.
I do
which
want
is
to
just this city.
this is a perfect example we could show of foreshadowing. Because when you first go into the tomb of Rassilon, you literally they don't focus in on the actual tomb with the one missing plank. They don't do that until the very end, right as he's getting put into it. And so like when you see, you go, oh, that's a weird design. Like you don't even think anything of it until later. And you know, it's cool. I actually figured it out right before. Like I want to say like 20 seconds right before when like he's goes, oh, I'll make you immortal. I go, and then like my brain popped up, was like, oh, that's missing a statue. And I'm like, oh, that could work. And then instantly right after he got put into it. So it's like a perfect example where it doesn't ruin the ending. Like, but I want to say it's a damn good thing for foreshadowing.
But one of the things that I've seen when you see it and you see the other faces and their eyes are moving, they're there, and that's a chilling thought. There, you get what you want. Oddly, just a little side note, it reminds me of Dr. Fasog dragged it to the tomb. But you haven't seen. That's my favorite. I'm sorry.
When did that come out?
Last I heard,
2009.
So when I was like 40. That's probably why I didn't see it. On that one.
I like Ed Brewer's comment. Last I heard, Clara's man, Mr. Pink, was the king of the Cybermen.
Did they? He's dead. Well,
I'm never going to
destroyed
forgive
himself, didn't he?
Moffat. I'm never going to forgive Moffat what he did to the Brigadier, for the record.
Oh, for when he turned him into a Cyberman?
Never.
Yeah.
No, that was
Hey.
I stood up angry at that moment in my living
I
room.
disagree. I mean, they were turning the corpses, but he was a good corpse, so that's a good thing.
You're
The
wrong,
Brigadier-
Pixel. Put some more respect on the Brigadier's name.
The Brigadier's fate is to be a corpse inside a Cyberman suit. No.
He was
Why-
already dead. His fate was to be dead.
I actually wanted the
Well,
doctor
depending
to
on
show
what
up
canon
and
you're
give him his
choosing.
last regeneration. You know, like let the Brigadier regenerate. There's no companion that's been around as long, and the Brigadier would have been so mad at the doctor about it. He would have been furious. He would have been insisting, "You should have let me die." I mean, great. Could have been great thing.
We're
Or
going to
just-
have to disagree here.
How about you just let him be dead? It's okay. But instead, his corpse is running around as a Cyberman? No.
Another thing I could bring up that I like about this episode was the score. I really think this is the first time they reeled back on the 70s synth sort of style and like just played it how it kind of normally would have been.
80 cents. But yes.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm not good
feel
with
that.
dates, except for when it started in 1963. It's the only one I remember. That and 1776 American. I know that, but other than that, not much.
Okay.
But like, I think they kind of reeled back a little bit on the synth and like just did it how like a story should do it. I really like.
You know, Chris, I don't think I've heard a lot about your opinions on this episode.
Yeah.
Well,
You think
I
I'm
love
fine?
this episode. It's amazing. It's great. And the thing I wanted to come back and bring is my copy of it. The 25th anniversary edition.
Nice.
Signed by the Fifth Doctor.
Hey!
Where did you get that?
So a few years ago,
eBay?
we used to have like ABC shops, and they would obviously sell a lot of Doctor Who. This was back in the heyday of like Doctor Who was big everywhere. And Peter Davison was in Australia doing some signings. So I went there. I got some pictures with him. I got him to sign because it was the only Fifth Doctor thing I had was the 5 Doctors. I got him to sign it. I was very scared and intimidated because he was one of my favorite classic Doctors. So yeah, something I'll always cherish.
He's one of my
Signed
favorites.
copy of the
too.
5 Doctors. Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I have a big finish signed by him.
I don't have anything signed by anyone. I feel like a dork.
Oh.
Which is weird because they're all going to you. They never come. They never come here.
Yeah, they don't
Hardly
really
ever
come
come
here
here.
anymore.
There used to be.
Well,
There's
it could be because of a certain sickness that was going around for the past few years. But anyway,
Even then, I don't remember them. No.
Comic-Con would be the big one.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like Emerald City, because that's kind of the closest one that's pretty big. That's near me. It's in Seattle. Captain Jack was going to be there. Karen Gillan. And I can't remember. It's either David Tennant or Matt Smith, one of the two. I can't remember. This was like 4 years ago. And then, I was like, oh, we should probably, at least they announced it 4 years ago. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to that one. And then things came up. I never went. And then the year after, we got COVID. So I was like, dang it. Really missed out on everything.
My only interaction with an actor from Doctor Who is asking Peter Capaldi about his outfit. So that's what I got.
what do you say?
Exact same outfit. Years before he plays the Doctor, he wears almost the exact same outfit when he appeared on what's his name's late night show. The Scottish guy who was his old friend when they were kids.
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, he wears the same jacket with the red. At least a similar jacket. I'm like,
He just brings it from home. What are you going to wear today? I'll bring this.
Put my
Well,
work
the
clothes
thing
on.
that I had heard, and I was wrecking my brain for a question, and then I remember hearing how we all know that Colin Baker did not want his rainbow
No, he didn't.
thrown upon outfit. He hated it. He wanted dark. He wanted brooding. I had heard that Capaldi wanted the opposite. He wanted something a little flashier. He wanted something a little more, but they made him do dark and brooding. And he ultimately answered that, well, they change our costumes pretty much frequently because they want to sell more toys. So,
I was just funny you say that because I was thinking about that today. I wish they would have stayed with the first suit he had because I didn't really like the hoodie. I didn't like the hoodie at all.
you know why I like the hoodie? He basically, I looked at the Doctor was suddenly dressed almost exactly the way I dress every day. I'm like, this is perfect. This is great.
That's how
look
I-
at the plaid pants. I have like 7 pairs of plaid pants. I'm like, I have those same shoes just by coincidence. Suddenly I'm cosplaying. What the hell?
That's kind of how I felt when Fat Thor appeared on screen because I was like, hey, I could be Thor. But that's the same thing that kind of happened with Jeff Bridges on Big Lebowski. His famous sandals he wears in that,
Mhm.
those are actually his from home.
That makes sense. Let's see. I've met the first person I met was the actress who played Nissa. I met Nissa? I think Nissa and Tegan, Terry Nation, all when I was a kid at a creation convention. I've met and spent some time talking with Colin Baker. I've met Sylvester McCoy. I've met Peter Davison. There's somebody. Oh, the woman who played Ace.
Sophie Aldred.
Yeah. And I haven't met any of the modern, and I would love to meet Peter Capaldi. A friend of mine, Jodie Hauser, met him. She was doing Doctor Who comics, or still is, maybe.
She is. She did a free comic book day of the 13th, and it was awesome.
She got to Peter. He came by. Apparently, Peter Capaldi came by her table. I don't think she was there or something, but he left. He's a brilliant artist. So he drew something or something. I don't know. I'm probably messing that story up completely. All I know is that Jodie does great Doctor Who comics, and Peter Capaldi's super nice. And I didn't get to meet him.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear Capaldi's also really nice.
Zach in the chat has met Jenna Coleman at a con in New Orleans.
I can't meet her. You know the stereotypical you can't get words out. That would be me. I can't meet her. There is only so much weakness, so many weaknesses a man can have. She's one of them. So there we go.
That's me, but with Brian Michael Bendis, Mike Mignola, and I think
my choice is better than yours.
My guy created Hellboy and Miles Morales. Yours played a character. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I think we need to bring it back. We're circling back to the Five Doctors. I agree that this is a fantastic story. It's great. One more small thing. Does anybody remember the Master? Just whenever he first appears, walks around, he looks at a pile of ashes, or not ashes, pile of bones. Say, "Oh, my predecessor."
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I like Ainsley as Master more than I like Delgado's.
Wow! No,
Ooh.
Get out.
I think they're both great. I don't think I'd put one above the other.
I like him.
He was good in Trial of the Time Lord. Like he's really good in Trial of the Time Lord.
I love how this is the only time the Master is generally there to help, and the Doctors are just like, no.
Can I discuss a couple interesting continuity things with the new show and the Five Doctors?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
One, they give the Master like a it's a seal of Rassilon or something.
The seal of Rassilon. Yeah.
Disc of Rassilon.
No, it was the seal of the High Council.
The seal of the High Council. Seal of the High Council. Matt Smith takes it out of his pocket in an episode and says he nicked it from the Master.
His final episode, Time of the Doctor.
And so that came back up. That was nice. And then there was the Master. The Time Lords offer him a new set of regenerations if he does in this service. What happened? What does the regenerated Master say to David Tennant? He said, "The Time Lords offered me a new set of regenerations if I'd fight in their time war."
Yeah. Then they explored that in Ravenous, which
was
was technically kind of true, but it was just 3 different versions of the Master used something to just resurrect the dead one, and he got a new regeneration. So it was technically kind of true because they were working for the Time Lords for that situation.
Here's something that is a little kind of a big plot hole. If they can just hand out regenerations, why are they trying to fight over a ring that gives them immortality when they could just keep giving out regenerations?
I feel like there's rules because it's the Time Lords.
Just throwing that out. I mean, he's the president. He can do whatever he wants.
Most people.
But the thing is, Rassilon had immortality, not just I can just keep giving myself regenerations. It's just permanent immortality.
It's a form of immortality.
It's a form, yeah. But I feel like they consider it something to be different. It's just like instead of just I can just keep giving myself regeneration. I can just give myself immortality.
They made it clear
Yeah,
they still die. They still
Yeah.
lose something of themselves, even though they were born somebody else. They've really touched on that some great in the modern era, of course, some great opportunities. Like maybe, Dave Tennant doesn't want to stop being Dave Tennant Doctor, as an example.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yes, they can get new incarnations, but maybe they just don't want to keep on that circus. It's exhausting.
Ishan, you're right. It is kind of a hot take. As soon as I said it, I got instant flashbacks to the Sea Devils, and I totally remembered how much I loved Delgado in that episode.
Okay, if we're going to talk about Masters, Delgado is one of the best of all time. I like Ainsley.
Missy's the best, throwing that out there, but Delgado is good, and Ainsley I really like.
I
like Missy, but I don't. But she's my least favorite Master of all of them.
Landry, you got it. Just go.
You and I are just
right today.
There's a point to why he feels that way, because Missy is the one who goes the furthest from who the Master is, if you think about it.
She has a story arc going back to being friends with Capaldi's doctor.
I like it, but it's not very mastery.
No, it isn't. They had to change the character fundamentally to make that story arc work, and that's not necessarily good writing. It is interesting, and I did find it well executed for what it was, but they changed the Master so dramatically, I felt. I liked her performance. I thought a lot of her episodes were not the best written, but mainly my problem with Missy is just the same problem I had with Ainsley, whatever. Overexposure, too much. I think the Master is best in small doses.
Yeah, that's true. But I still have a very big love for Missy, and I never thought I'd say that because I think my favorite before Missy was David Tennant's Master,
John Sims.
John
Sims. That's right. I do like him a lot, but as soon as Missy came around, I was like, "Whoa, what's this? This is drastically different." I had that big, no, thank you. But as soon as I finished Peter Capaldi's run, I was like, you know what? I seriously think Missy could be the one for me.
When she was fully evil, she was great. I liked it then.
Dark Water,
so
beautiful.
Yeah.
So here's where I stand on that. It's a little hard for me to say that because Delgado, even though obviously he was the first and his time was cut short because of real life, he had a lot of episodes, for when he started.
Him too. You know what? Why he gets a pass with me on that? When I was growing up, those episodes were all still lost, so I just couldn't see them.
That's fair. But no, I do have to admit, John Sims has a very special place for me, and I do love Missy, but I think when it comes to being the Master, she does kind of fail in that regard. And Ainsley does not. Ainsley is absolutely the Master. I feel that completely. I don't care for him as much as Delgado. I never could get around to it. It almost, because of how they made him look, he was supposed to be the knockoff Delgado, and that just hurts that character.
Chris, what do you think?
I mean,
he's our Master expert.
Yeah. I liked Missy until the end, where it's like, okay, here's the culmination of her story arc of being redeemed. She dies.
Yeah. Although the Master and her laughing over that was.
I do like that. I do like it's like, yeah, this is how our lives end. We kill it.
Shoot ourselves in the back.
Well, think about it though. Think about it. That makes sense for Missy to die at the end. Because the whole point of the Master and the Doctor is they're kind of like Romeo and Juliet. Best friends, but they have opposing views, which cause them to separate a little bit. And when they do try to mend that, they die. It's just like...
What the hell are you talking about?
That's a very different Romeo and Juliet.
That's a very... I don't remember Romeo and Juliet being best friends.
Best friends together, it's the same thing. Like your wife, Landry, is your best friend, right? I mean, I would hope.
You might be
No.
watching. I might.
No, but like the thing about the Master, and it's like a different take to Romeo and Juliet. As soon as they
are
like having like a good, trying to be mending their friendship relationship, something happens to where it can't happen. The star-crossed friendship is kind of what it is.
I see it more as the typical yin and yang. Honestly, you have the Doctor who is good, and the opposite of that is somebody who was his friend, the Master, and that's why when we talked about, and it's still not out, but one day y'all will see it. Master, a Seventh Doctor story through Big Finish, it just hits right, because even though the Master himself as the Master is barely in it, you feel what they're going for.
It's
you
on
feel
my
the tension
listen list.
of the relationship.
So we all agree Jeffrey Beavers is the best Master, then, right?
Which is funny because he's had like tied with Eric Roberts the least appearances.
Yeah,
No,
He's
no,
the first
no, more than
Master,
yeah.
right?
I'm forgetting. The episode stories have multiple episodes. He's the second least appearances.
Which one is the first? Is Beavers the first one or the second one of the decomposing?
Beavers is the second.
He's the
the
second.
American one is the first with the least.
Well, okay. When it comes to Crispy Masters, he's the second Crispy Master, because it was the first Crispy.
The first Crispy Master was my introduction to the Master. The second serial of Doctor Who, the first one I saw was Seeds of Doom. The second one I saw was The Deadly Assassin. And that's where all the lore comes in. That's where they establish the 13 generations. That's where they go to Gallifrey, and we first have the big, the Pridonian collar, whatever things. It's so much lore is established in that, and I was just like, and this being, this evil being who's like, determined, like at the end of his regenerations, just slowly dying. I'm like, this is exactly, it was perfect for me. I love that version of the Master. He's horrifying. He's terrifying. And I had no idea about Delgado at that point. So, and then I still didn't see Delgado until after Anthony Ainley appeared, after the second Crispy Master possessed Tremas and took over his body. And that was my introduction to the suave goateed Master.
Anytime I see the Master like in classic, it just makes me want to go back and watch Pertwee, because man, I love him. But like there's a lot of things I didn't like. The one with the Autons, Terror of the Autons. I like the style because it's more scary than RTD's, but it's just the story I didn't really like.
Yeah.
So the thing that made me think of with the Master is, crap. I was circling back. I was coming back to it. Oh, it had to do with 5 Doctors.
Chris, your favorite Master?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of tough because
excluding Big Finish.
No, that's not fair.
That's kind of the problem. If we're excluding Big Finish, we're missing a shit ton out of like Beavers and Roberts, because that's where they're truly shining. Overall,
you're a Jacoby fan, aren't you?
Jacoby's great.
Jacoby's great, but I wouldn't say Jacoby. Anthony. I'd say he was my favorite. He was the first one I was introduced to, like same with like Classic Who. So he's my favorite. He's not above Delgado, but he would, if I had to pick a favorite, it would be him. I'm more familiar with his master when it comes to with Classic Who.
Yep.
That's good answer.
Am I drinking a 40? No, it's just water. I think with our ranking of the Masters, we need to start ranking this episode. I ranked the 3 Doctors 9.5. This, I believe, shares that. No, it doesn't. It's a 10. Like when I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think of things that are negative towards it.
William Hartnell's not the first Doctor in it. That's always a negative.
He is dead.
not
There's
take
no
off
other
like this.
choice.
Still,
We do
Yep.
not have Soulless Corporation Disney CGI money yet. Okay.
No, but here's what I'm going to say to that. They start this special with his best speech. Someday
yeah,
I shall come back.
Yeah.
So he's in it.
And then
Yeah.
at the credits, they list him there, which is the most important thing. Even though he's not there in person,
It
he's
probably
still
got his
listed
widow
there.
some money.
Tom Baker was in it, and they still said 5 doctors.
He is in it technically. They use
That
unused
doesn't
footage.
count.
Technically in
That
it.
doesn't count.
Unused footage is footage.
That's literally
Yeah.
like us recording this like live stream, and then in our next one when you're not here, Landry, we'll
You
just
should do that.
put you in a clip.
You
and
should
go,
do
oh,
that.
he was here.
That's it. He was here. Well, I was going to pull up his picture and just have him pop up, and that way, if he didn't show up, he would have still
That
been
would've been
here.
great.
Just the
If they
amount.
would have cut out
Tom
Tom
Baker.
Baker and just said 4 doctors, I think
They'd
it
been
could
fine.
be a perfect 10.
But Tom Baker was still the doctor to everyone. He was still the most popular, and they didn't want to tell people, indicate that he wasn't going to be there because they were afraid they're going to lose viewers. At the time, it was actually a really big deal. They pretended that wax dummy was really him. That's what I was trying to say in TV Guide. They didn't let you know it was fake. They tried to pull it off in the PR that he was going to be in it.
Dang it.
So there's a reason.
Yeah, no, and I feel that given the time and after watching so much Tom Baker, because he has so much to watch, it was good to have that break. He was the doctor for a lot of people. He still is the doctor for a lot of people. And so when we get to see him, if we actually count the minutes, he has the same amount of time here as he had in what's it called? Day of the Doctor. Because it's unused footage. Yeah. But it's still very short.
I don't think that's right.
Sweet.
It's short. They're both short
is.
scenes. I agree with the spirit of that. More ratings. I'm not going to jump in with mine yet.
Jimmy, you're next.
Yeah. What's your rating?
I give it a 9. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. Plus, they went into like the dark side lore of the Time Lords, which is something we didn't really get to talk about. I mean, there was lore, but this was like we gotta see some of the dark side of it. And that's the kind of stuff I like from Time Lords. I don't like going back to the Time Lords just to do something like Deadly Assassin. A lot of that had to do with the Time Lords. I wasn't a big fan of it, but that side of the Time Lords. But the story overall I liked. But I liked it when they were just, all right, here's a society. And here's the horrible parts that run the society. And we're just going to dive right into that. And that's the part for Time Lords that I really like to learn about. And so for this, I give it a 9.
Yeah.
Plus, John Pertwee didn't lose a step. Patrick Troughton didn't lose a step. Love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with same rating, 9 out of 10. Absolutely love it. One of the best multi-doctor stories ever. Everyone does a great job. Yeah, I agree with Jimmy. I do like delving into the darker side of Gallifrey to show this perfect society. Nah.
Anytime there's a society that says it's a utopia, it's most likely a dystopia.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ishan. Rassilon goes through some Monka character arcs after this. Yeah, he's so much worse in Big Finish. They really show how much of essentially an evil mastermind he is.
Do you know what like his character style reminded me of? A little bit like Genghis Khan.
Yeah,
not like his like how he talks or anything. No, like
the outfit.
His style kind of resembles like the Mongolian Genghis Khan sort of thing.
Isn't he functionally Thomas Edison to Tesla? Like in the
Kind
Time
of.
Lord Society with what's his name? Omega being Tesla.
I said that last week, guys.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's kind of that way.
They were
But-
partners, but Omega is the one that gave them the ability to time travel. But
Yeah.
the Rassilon is the one that founded Time Lord Society.
Right.
Sure.
He's
he
the
did
one
it.
he's the one who found regeneration. He's the one who found it and gave it to his people.
Here's an idea.
Before the thing that
Did-
we shall not name
Right.
happened.
Right.
Could immortality be a thing that Omega figured out how to do, and that's
Well,
why he's still
I mean,
alive?
we don't know that the whole point with Rassilon is like he doesn't really have the best interests of his people. It's all about him being in control.
Yes.
And Omega's
Like,
probably lost.
That didn't
Like,
answer my question. You
Well,
just said-
like there's in one of the stories for Ravenous, there's a Gallifreyan, a Time Lord that's like living in the vortex with a society that somehow exists in it. And he's like, oh, I'm making this matrix print. It could help with our people. You know, Rassilon will really like use this to help our people like advance. And the Eighth Doctor's like, yeah, I don't believe that he would ever have our people's best interest at all. Yeah, don't get your hopes up about that.
No, what I'm saying is, do you think Omega was the one to like invent immortality, and Rassilon was the one to take it for him, and that's
No.
why that's why Omega is still alive by his will, is because he figured out immortality.
Will was not immortality.
Sure as hell looks like it right now, Pixel.
Well, guess what? When you take off your helmet and you realize you have no head, well, things change, and
Well,
you
later
realize.
he figured out how to look like Peter Davison.
No, yeah.
Actually, speaking of Peter Davison, small side note, I recently bought, because it's on sale at Big Finish, Time in Office, which is a Fifth Doctor audio adventure, which addresses the end of this, where he is condemned to be the Lord President, and so he actually has to spend some time on Gallifrey.
Well, that sounds. Oh, I need to. Pick
Yeah,
that one
and
up.
he reunites with Leela.
Really, that's cool.
Yeah, because he mentions her in this. Because he says
He mentioned everyone.
like he mentions a lot of people, but he says I couldn't make the wedding.
All right, because she married a Time Lord.
Yeah.
Landry, what's your
Cave
rating,
woman.
man?
All right. You may notice something here. I didn't actually
I'm
tell you what I thought about this episode. I made some comments about some scenes. I never liked the Five Doctors. I've never liked this episode. It's got some good bits. It's got some good lore. I always felt that the Doctors were all just while the performances are great and I loved seeing them together, I felt like there were so many missed opportunities, stilted moments, a lack of synergy. It felt like it meandered, and I know. I see you. I'm giving it 4.5.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What the?
I'm here just to be a brat today.
No,
I
Taking Jimmy's role.
Yeah, normally I'm the one who hates the old stuff, but like, right? Wow.
And the thing is, this isn't even technically old stuff for me. This was part of my introduction to Doctor Who. And I sat there watching this at 12 going, seriously? Are you kidding me? What the hell? That was
12-year-old Landry.
Okay.
No.
I was
Okay.
an arrogant as hell 12-year-old.
Landry, we all change.
You don't.
No. There are good things about it. There are things I enjoyed about it. I liked it a lot better when the Doctors weren't together. And they were like, you've got the second Doctor with the Brigadier. I love all of that. You've got the third Doctor and Sarah Jane. Great. I felt bad for the Master. The Master and his silly cape, his very silly cape. It just didn't click for me. I think there's some great broad strokes, some good concepts there, but it just felt like too much, like too many ingredients.
You were used to the 30-minute specials. This is a 90-minute one, so you were just tired. Don't blame it on me.
No, it was broadcast.
You're John Pertwee. You're John Pertwee. Oh, too many things going on. I need this. I need that. God. I can't believe this.
Sorry.
We agree on so much with who, and then I rate it
know.
10.
We
You go
agreed.
4.5.
We even agreed about how the new Doctor would look good in bright colors like the Sixth Doctor, and
Yes,
but this one didn't click for me. I'm sorry.
And that's
I'm
the last
sorry.
we see of Landry Q. Walker, everybody.
And then I'm gone.
He's going the way of the Fourth Doctor in this episode. He's going to be
Good run.
stuck in the time vortex.
There you go.
I think that's the end. I think we got to the end of the show.
A lot of great
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah, you definitely held off. You knew exactly what you were doing.
How dare
Oh
you.
gosh, I don't
I'm a
know how I
brat.
did.
Send them to the negative zone. Jeez. Well, we
No,
should
he
end
likes
it here.
DC Phantom Zone.
We should end it here, and like we should say on the bright side, hey, Ncuti Gatwa is going to be the 14th Doctor, and we're all really excited about it. At least I am. Landry
that.
is. Chris, did you say you were?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with his work, but I'm interested to see how it goes.
Sex Education, I will advise to watch, but it's a pretty effed up to think about, but the story is good.
It's very well executed. It's a very well done show. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen enough of it to know that just walking past, it grabbed me. And again, what grabbed me was that guy's performance. So when I heard it's him, I'm like, okay.
They got the kid who played Hugo, and yeah, he plays the main character, and the guy who plays Merlin, the kid version of Merlin in the opening credits. That's him. Yeah, that's right. Ender, as in Ender's Game, same kid. It's weird to see a kid you saw be a lot older now.
Which Sonic you got there?
Oh, sorry, it's the Fourth Doctors. Try to get the Third Doctors, but Fourth Doctor's good. Yeah, we're matching even here. And there you go. You had to screw it up. Vibes, man.
You had a thing, and I just ruined it.
There you go. But that is pretty much it. We want to thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching this after, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on the Five Doctors. Also, talk about Ncuti. I mean, that's big news, and we want to hear from you. Make sure to check out the other things on the channel. Chris with his Big Finish reviews. Jimmy with his presence. Me with Doctor Who Redacted. Fantastic audio drama podcast. And that's about
Landry Q. Walker's work as well.
Check out Landry Q. Listen, I'm trying to forget about him right now. I don't need that reminder.
I am a betrayer.
We really should like shout out his work this episode because he's not coming back again. So
Yes, make sure to check out his work, and we will see you all next time. Alonzi.
Geronimo.
Goodbye.